Well, it appears that some of these new PlayStation 5 Slim, don't call it a Slim, models that have the external drive on them are out in the wild. And there's an interesting note on the back of the box about pairing the optical drive. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. And if you've not seen my previous videos since yesterday, I do apologize. I am suffering from some upper respiratory infection, so my voice sounds a little bit odd, so just please bear with me. And we're just going to go right to a headline here from VGC. The new PS5's optional disk drive requires an internet connection to connect. So somebody over on X found one of the Call of Duty Modern Warfare bundles of that new PS5 Slim, and you can see this over here on X. And Charlie Intel writes, additional images of the Modern Warfare 3 PS5 Slim bundle. Back says 150 gigabytes minimum, also says 90 plus gigabytes download required to play. Bundle is available November 10th. Well, of course, some sleuthy internet sleuthers were looking closer at the pictures, and someone zooms in on the back here, and you can see that line at the top. It says, internet connection required to pair disk drive and PS5 console upon setup. So basically, this external optical drive will be paired to your PlayStation 5, and it will require an internet connection to do so. Now, this definitely raises concerns. If an internet connection is required to pair the drive with the system, this means that the servers will always be needed, and as we know, gaming companies never take down their services, right? And this seems to be something that may have been added later in the development of this external optical drive. Tom Henderson over at Insider Gaming was the first to report about this new system with this external drive last year. And he has an article today about this requirement, and in the article you can see here it says, Insider Gaming first reported on the PlayStation 5 with a detachable disk drive last year, and to our understanding, the internet requirement is a fairly new change. In testing, the internet connection was not required. Now, it probably would make sense that during the testing phase they wouldn't put this requirement in because they don't want anything else sort of hampering the testing. But of course, the obvious question here is, why would Sony do something like this, especially with an external drive that you should be able to just swap around to any system? Well, in my thinking, it's probably to prevent you from trying to connect some other type of disk drive that's not from Sony, and perhaps tricking the system into using it, and then maybe being able to use it to like dump games or hack the system. And if you didn't know this already, both Sony and Microsoft do this with their current systems. Wired had an article when both of these systems first came out that they tried to swap disk drives between two brand new systems and it wouldn't read the disks. So the optical drive pairs with the console's motherboard, essentially creating a unique handshake that's specific to that pair. A lot of repair shops struggle with this because they can't just take a system that maybe has a dead motherboard and just pull the drive out and rescue another system that has a dead disk drive. But I guess there is an upside to this new system if you want to look at it this way. If you have one of them and the drive breaks, instead of throwing away the whole system, you can at least go out and buy a new optical drive for $80. I really don't think Sony would go to the extreme to lock down only one drive ever being able to pair with a system, especially since they're selling external drives. And maybe this is a way Sony is looking to get around a lot of these right to repair initiatives that have been going around. If they give you an option for an external drive, you can just go pick one right off the shelf and install it yourself. And to be fair to Sony, they could potentially patch this out with a firmware update in the future, but I'm not exactly sure why they would be motivated to do so. And this is most likely a one-time pairing. You shouldn't have to have an internet connection after the pairing happens. So this isn't like an always-on DRM, but those services still need to stay up if you're going to be able to put in new drives. And then I have to wonder what happens in the secondary market, because you may have a lot of drives out there, say 10 years from now, that have already been paired with systems. Will you be able to repair them to a different system in order to replace a drive that died? Because more than likely, they're not going to make these optical drives forever. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. Are you surprised to see this online requirement in order to pair a drive with your system? Or did you already know that the current systems already do that and you just kind of expected it anyway? Drop a comment below and let me know your thoughts. And if you liked the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed yet, consider doing so. It really does help the channel out quite a bit. I want to thank you for watching and be good.